From the thundering cannons of the Spanish Armada to the burning streets of Cadiz, relive the dramatic moments that shaped a forgotten war. Today, we're diving into the rarely told tales of the Second and Third Spanish Armada. Welcome back to the channel, where we bring history's most captivating moments to life through our engaging storytelling. Today, we're venturing into the heart of the Anglo-Spanish War, an era when the mighty oak of England clashed with the seemingly invincible galleon of Spain. And if you love tales of adventure, intrigue, and the clash of titans, then you've come to the right place. Our journey takes us back to the aftermath of the English counter-armada of 1589, a lesser-known chapter in history that saw England's daring naval force set sail for the shores of Spain. But while the fate of the English is well known, what happened to their Spanish counterparts? Did they fade into obscurity, or did their story have more dramatic chapters to unfold? Well, today, we unravel the threads of this forgotten history, weaving together a tapestry of resilience, betrayal, and unwavering determination. As we traverse the tumultuous waters of the past, join us in exploring these gripping narratives that have often been overshadowed by the legendary 1588 Armada. Hold on tight, because we're about to embark on a wild ride through time, filled with tales of bravery, cunning, and the unpredictable nature of fate itself. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be transported to a world where every wave hides a new adventure, and every port holds a fresh mystery. Who knows? You might even find yourself cheering for the underdog along the way. In 1596, the court of Philip II was not a place of tranquility. Despite having just survived an attack by the English in 1588, the Spanish king found himself in a precarious position. As the heir to the throne, the infant Don Carlos had just died unexpectedly. The sudden demise of the young prince cast a shadow of suspicion over the queen, a woman known for her strong will and political acumen. Amidst this tense atmosphere, rumors began to swirl. A conspiracy was allegedly brewing, aiming to dethrone Philip II and install his daughter, Princess Margarita, as the ruler of Spain. At the center of this turbulent drama stood Francisco, Duke of Alcantara, a powerful figure who had long been a thorn in the side of the royal couple. His influence at court was considerable, making him a potential leader of the faction seeking to replace Philip II. However, it was Philip's wife who took swift and decisive action, ensuring that those responsible for the plot would face the consequences. Her sharp intellect and strategic brilliance were evident as she maneuvered through the treacherous waters of the Spanish court, exposing the conspiracy and neutralizing the threats it posed to her family's security. But the drama didn't end there. As the queen continued her investigation, she uncovered a shocking twist. The Duke of Alcantara, far from being a mere pawn in the game of power, was revealed to be the mastermind behind the plot. Shocked by this revelation, Philip II found himself torn between his duty to uphold the law and his affection for his brother. The gravity of the situation was not lost on him. He understood that the stability of his kingdom hinged on the actions he took next. With a heavy heart but resolute determination, Philip II made a fateful decision. The Duke of Alcantara, once a man of power and influence, was stripped of his titles and banished from the kingdom. The Queen's cleverness and King Philip's difficult choice played pivotal roles in shaping the future of the Spanish monarchy. Their actions sent a clear message throughout the kingdom. Any threat to the throne would be met with swift and decisive action. Meanwhile, across the Channel, England was preparing for its own moves in the ongoing conflict with Spain. The year was 1596, and the stage was set for a daring mission led by the renowned English Admiral Sir Francis Drake. His target, the strategically important city of Cadiz, located in southern Spain. Cadiz was not just any ordinary town. It was a vital hub for the Spanish Navy and held significant strategic value. For England, capturing, or at least damaging the ships stationed there could deal a severe blow to Spain's naval supremacy. As Drake's fleet approached the coast of Cadiz, a sense of anticipation and danger filled the air. The English admiral was known for his audacious tactics, and his reputation preceded him. The Spanish authorities knew that they were in for a challenge as they prepared to defend their valuable port. On August 20, 1596, the English launched their attack, catching the Spanish by surprise. What followed was a scene of utter chaos and destruction. Drake's men, fueled by their admiral's strategic brilliance and unyielding determination, went on a rampage. They attacked and plundered the ships anchored in Cadiz, causing massive damage to the Spanish Navy. Among the vessels caught in a maelstrom was the Nuestra Señora de los Mercedes, a galleon that was not just any ship. It was laden with gold, silver, and emeralds, treasures amassed by the Spanish Empire during its conquests in the New World. The sight of the riches on board the galleon sent a wave of excitement among the English sailors. However, they were not the only ones eager to lay their hands on the valuable cargo. The battle for the galleon soon turned into a desperate struggle. As the Spanish fought tooth and nail to protect their valuable assets, the waters around Cadiz became a battleground where the two navies clashed, and fortunes were made and lost in the blink of an eye. In the end, the English prevailed, securing the galleon and its immeasurable wealth. This daring raid on Cadiz not only showcased Drake's tactical prowess, but also marked a significant turning point in the war between England and Spain. It demonstrated that the seemingly invincible Spanish Armada was vulnerable, and that the English Navy was capable of striking devastating blows against them. The echoes of this battle reverberated throughout Europe, sending shockwaves that would impact the course of history. News of the sack of Cadiz and the capture of the treasure galleon reached the Spanish court like a bolt from the blue. The shockwaves were felt deeply within the royal court, and King Philip II was left reeling from the humiliation dealt to his kingdom. The pride of the Spanish Armada had been shattered, and the capture of the treasure galleon was a financial blow that threatened to destabilize the already strained Spanish economy. Determined to regain lost ground and restore his nation's honor, King Philip II vowed swift and brutal retaliation. He assembled a naval force like never before seen, determined to crush the English once and for all. The Spanish Armada was back, and this time it carried with it the weight of an empire's wounded pride and the fury of a king seeking vengeance. However, fate had other plans for the Second Armada. As the fleet set sail, disaster struck in the form of a violent storm that ravaged the Atlantic. The mighty galleons tossed and turned in the unforgiving waves, and the winds seemed to mock the arrogance of the Spanish Empire. Ships were lost, men were thrown into the turbulent sea, and the dreams of conquest were dashed against the rocks of reality. This calamitous voyage became known as ARMADAgeddon, a day of infamy that haunted the annals of the Spanish Armada. It was a stark reminder of the unpredictability of the sea and the futility of underestimating the fury of nature. With their fleet decimated and their spirits broken, the remnants of the Spanish Armada limped back to port. The grand plans of conquest and revenge lay in tatters, and the glory of the once invincible Armada was forever tarnished by the haunting specter of Armageddon. The following year, 1597, witnessed the tragic fate of the third and final Spanish Armada, sent to subdue England. Yet amidst the ruins of these armadas lies a forgotten tale of bravery, one that unfolded in the perilous waters near the Portuguese island of Flores. In 1597, a small band of English soldiers found themselves stranded on Flores Island, after their ship had been captured by the Spanish. Among them was Sir Richard Greenville, an English nobleman and soldier of fortune, who was known for his tenacity and fighting spirit. Greenville and his men were part of an English expeditionary force that had set out to harass the Spanish shipping lanes and disrupt their supply lines. However, their mission had taken a disastrous turn when they encountered a superior Spanish force. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the English refused to surrender. They made a stand in Flores, holding out against the Spanish siege for an incredible 34 days. During this time, they repelled numerous attacks, showcasing extraordinary bravery and military skill. But their defiance came at a cost. Supplies dwindled, and the English were forced to endure hunger and thirst as the Spanish tightened their grip on the island. As the siege dragged on, hope began to fade. It seemed as though the end was near for the English defenders. Then, in a dramatic turn of events, a squadron of English ships arrived on the horizon, led by the legendary Sir Francis Drake. The sight of the English reinforcements sent a surge of relief and jubilation among the beleaguered defenders. With the arrival of Drake, the Spanish were soon forced to retreat. In the end, the English emerged victorious, rescuing their comrades and dealing a blow to the Spanish forces. The heroic defense of Flores became a legendary tale, showcasing the indomitable spirit of the English soldiers who refused to yield in the face of adversity. Today, as we reflect on the bravery of these soldiers, we remember not only their physical strength, but also their unwavering determination and camaraderie. Their story is a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and triumph, even in the darkest of times. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. We've journeyed through the turbulent seas of history and explored the dramatic tales of the Second and Third Spanish Armada. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on our thrilling historical escapades. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.